Welcome back to Punchlines, guys. I hope you enjoyed the fights this weekend as much as I did. Everybody's saying Jared Anderson got exposed, that he ain't ready. I thought it was a really good fight. I thought he got tested, but he showed what was up. Congrats to Savannah Marshall getting back in the win column. Beating a champion is, you know, decorated as Cruz Dezern is not at all easy. So it was very impressive by her. I know Dalton Smith knocked out some fucking helpless guy, but quit saying he's ready for progress. But he's good. Today, we got a special guest, big part of boxing that's kind of hitting a new surge. And before we get to him, I got to give a shout out to all my sponsors. I promise I'm going to keep it quick, guys. But of course, Adams Boxing, my boy Carlos from over there, pimping out some of the best shoes you could get in boxing, if not the best, right out of Mexico. And there's a reason the Vargas brothers signed to him, Andy Ruiz, Jaime Manguia, and they're so good. We're still going to hook you up with a 10% deal. Use code Punchlines10 to get a discount. Of course, Manscaped, the #1 razor for your balls, bros. You're going to get 20% off, free shipping and handling, knockout 20. And then Chimera Coffee and Feast Mode Flavors. Chimera Coffee is the only nootropic infused coffee. Feast Mode Flavors is obviously the best meal prep seasoning in the game. If you're trying to lose weight or be healthy or just pimp up some good food, code is going to be Punch10 for Feast Mode and Punch15 for Chimera to get corresponding discounts of 10 and 15%. That being said, our guest today, he's pretty popular. He's easily the most popular guy I've had on the show. He's got over close to 250,000 followers on IG. The only problem is, Albert, I don't know what to introduce you as, because to
Yeah.
to everybody you're something different, you know.
Hmm.
So he is Albert Ochoa. You guys probably know him, and if you do, you know him for something different. You can follow him on Instagram if you don't already at Albert Ochoa 05. Albert, if you had to give your own introduction, what would you call yourself?
When I call myself, I would consider myself a boxer. But influencer. Some people say influencer, or yeah. But I'm doing different things. So I don't know. I never really looked at it like that.
You're already kind of a businessman, aren't you?
Yeah, businessman. Boxer. Family man. Yeah, everything's going really well for me in my life right now, and like really happy and blessed.
Yeah, you're a very successful individual at such a young age. You just fought, speaking of boxer, you just fought last
Mhm.
weekend, right? You
Yeah,
were wearing the whole Michael Jackson theme shit.
yeah,
Yo, shout out to your shoe designer, Aztec Customs. He does like you, he did the Rolly ones, the Prince and those Prince boots he made for Rolly when Rolly fought Tank. To me, that's like the sickest pair of boots I've ever seen so
yeah.
far, I think.
Those were tight. Yeah, shouts to Aztec. He's my brother, and yeah, I'll be seeing him in a few days too.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, man. The Michael Jackson joints you had on were pretty sick, dude. I can't even lie.
There was
Uh
a one.
now was it in an influencer boxing like type of event?
Yeah, but it was it was sanctioned. It was a 4 round fight. And yeah, it was a good fight. Did I fight an influencer? Yeah, I guess yeah, but he was been training for a while, and he said he was gonna beat me, and then he didn't. So right now I'm just building my career up, and just taking one fight at a time and keep learning.
Hell yeah. No, I mean that's pretty cool that it was sanctioned. And still, that here's the thing too. Unless they've ever fought anybody in front of people, like with an audience, people can't say shit to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, like even if you sparred somebody and a smoker, cool. But if you've literally just never done anything, yeah, I feel like that's most of the people who say shit.
No,
But
for sure. A lot of people haven't accepted me in the sport, but after this last fight of me winning 4 straight, regardless, you had to get in the ring, you had to fight someone. And yeah, a lot of people are looking at me differently. I have a great team. And yeah, I'm working with a lot of great people that most people can't even say that have been boxing their whole entire life.
right, exactly. And I don't know, it's kind of crazy because you come from the influencer world and now you're in the boxing world. And I feel like influencers, you guys get a lot of just crazy shit in your DMs all the time or in your
Yeah.
comments, just like hateful shit. And then welcome to boxing, it's the same fucking thing, dude. Like people will say ridiculous
Yeah.
things about you.
Yeah, no, it's the same thing. But I mean, I think what just separates me is my work ethic. You know, I got world champions backing me up. I got champion trainers. You know, I got great people backing me up that not a lot of these guys with followers can really say, or boxers, you know, in general. So, you know, my work ethic shows. You know, I'm in the gym every single day. Right now, I'm on vacation, but you
You
know, I'm in the
just
gym every.
fought though.
Yeah, I just fought 6 days ago.
Yeah.
Jaw was a little sprained. They just gave me a shot, I think, like 2 days ago. So yeah, right now, just enjoying life. So.
Yeah, man. Good for you, bro. For sure. I've always been kind of like pro like
Mhm.
influencer boxing. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't take it as seriously as real boxing, but I think you can't expect that as any from anyone.
Mhm.
But I still, because I know some of you guys are actually pretty good for your experience level. You know what I'm saying? I think that's one thing that always gets taken out of the equation is I'm not comparing you to, what weight class do you fight at?
147, but I'm
One.
dropping down next.
Yeah, like I'm not going to compare you to a guy like Boots. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going
Yeah,
to compare you to Gary Antoine Russell. That's not fair.
yeah,
But
no,
it's like I've seen some influencers who obviously don't give a shit, but then you see the guys who do. Like Salt Poppy is a guy I feel like has definitely put in a lot of work.
yeah,
As much as I don't like the guy, I think KSI puts in a lot of work to it.
yeah. There's a few of us that are taking it seriously. You know.
Yeah, which is a sport you should like. You can't
Yeah.
like,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Uh-huh. I
yeah.
got you. I got
But yeah, I've seen like you're right though. I've seen you've been backed by our patron saint of shit talking, dude, Mr. Rolando Romero himself, dude.
you.
I see you traded with him. Like that's a guy that can compare you. He can prepare you for everything. Fight, uh, dealing with like hateful comments, dealing with big events. Like because that guy, he's already been at the biggest stage and kind of like stole the show when he got to that stage. So
Yeah, no, he's a good friend. He's a good dude. You know, the media just takes a lot of things out of proportion. And yeah, to just even get advice from is a good thing, and not many people can say that either. So it's definitely dope learning from a lot of great people, such like him too, or like
yeah,
bro.
and you're about to be training with last week's guest, Jay, Joseph Santos, and Bob Santos. And
My boy, he showed me a lot of love since I first started boxing, and then when I first started, I was really bad. Now I mean I wouldn't say I'm bad, but I mean I'm still learning. But like from a year ago to now, I've made tremendous progress. So yeah, I'll be training with them next.
yeah, that's a rowdy gym too. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's a rowdy gym, but the fighters that come out of there, like Mario Barrios, Carlos Adames, Omar Juarez, like,
they all are great fighters. Yeah, crazy.
yeah, and they'll if a fight gets rowdy, they'll fuck you up. Like Mario's been in some wars, so is Omar, so is I mean Adames. Look what he just did to J Rock. But yeah, you'll definitely learn more than enough in there. And those guys too, like just talking to Joseph and knowing Bob for who he is, those guys, they're not going to bring you in, if you're not willing to put in the work. That's just how they are. So
Yeah,
yeah,
and it's cool. Like it's crazy. I got goosebumps you saying that. It's like it's my work is finally paying off, and it's been paying off. And like for me to come this far already in short amount of time, it's a blessing. So I mean, the only thing I could do is just keep working hard, keep believing in myself, and just keep getting the right people around me, and just to keep winning. That's everything.
so I gotta backtrack a little bit because I know we keep throwing the term influencer around, which has kind of
Yeah.
become like a broad definition.
Okay.
So why is it that so many people know who you are? Like I don't want to say it for you, but why do so many people know Albert
Um,
Ochoa?
well, a lot of people know me because I was on a reality show with Kylie Jenner. Um, yeah, I took her to my prom. We went on a date, and it was filmed for her reality show. Um, I mean, and then from there, I mean, I built a big following, big fan base, and it's still on Hulu. Like, if you want to watch it, like it's on Hulu, it's on Peacock. It goes viral on TikTok like every week. Uh, she's never been out like on another date besides with only a few people, few men. So, and I'm one of them, which is cool. But it was cool times. She's a good person. And now I'm focusing on boxing. Transitioning to boxing. Has it helped me? Has it helped me? Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's helped me. But right now, what's continuing to help me is my work ethic. My work ethic and who I am and my mentality.
Right.
So.
Do you get a lot of shit for that from like just random ass people?
Yeah, yeah. From the Kylie Jenner stuff, I mean, yeah. A lot of people think I'm this or they're that. People were like, you change. I never changed. I'm still the same person. still humble. You know, I'm still with my family. You know, I just felt like I outgrew a lot of people mentally at a young age, and I did. You know, I don't have. You know, I lost all my friends that I grew up with. You know, I was bully teen. You know, so I never really had it easy. You know, I just always felt like I was different from when I was a kid to now, and now I'm a grown man. And a lot of things are happening that are good. So you know, I just got to keep working.
Yeah, isn't it weird when you find out you only have people who want to be your friend when like shit's not going well?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
literally, like everything in my life has improved, and I've gotten in good shape. I've gone in healthy, like great shape. I remember like because I was 205. A lot of people didn't know that either. Like after the Kylie Jenner stuff, I gained weight. You know, I started not focusing. You know, going out more. I gained hella weight, and when I was like bigger and out of shape, that's when I was like attracting more friends, more attracting more girls. Now that I'm in shape and like everything's improving, it's crazy. Like it's very different. You know,
It's
people want. Yeah, it's weird how it works.
weird.
Yeah.
But what a funny thing to give somebody shit for though. Like, dude,
Yeah. No,
you went on a date with one of the hottest, most famous people on the planet.
yeah.
Fucking dude, my prom date was missing a tooth, dude. Like, why? Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna and still got around somehow. That's
Yeah.
insane. That says a lot about my town, but that's
Yeah.
just funny to me, dude. But that's a sick story though. Like boxing will do it. It's similar situation. When I got out of the Navy, I was living in Vegas and I was like
Oh,
drinking
nice.
all the time because all there was to do when you're not doing anything, just drink, get high. And
Yeah.
I got up to like 240.
Oh, shoot. Yeah. Damn,
Yeah.
that's big.
Yeah. I was working out the South Premium outlets out there at Lids, dude, just big as hell. But now I'm like 170. So it's
Yeah.
very similar for sure.
Okay.
So I know
That's,
exactly what you're talking about.
that's
Uh
what's up.
no, that's crazy though. You come from Dayton because I honestly did not know who you were. My friend Jose from Mo Boxing, no problem, hit me up
Hmm.
and he's like, "Hey man, would you like to interview Albert Ochoa with me?" And I was like, yeah, I'm down." And I pre-planned an interview with somebody else I forgot about, so I wasn't able to make it. But check that interview out as well. You guys know, super good friends with Jose on this channel. But I recognized your name before from videos, but I didn't look up who you were until he asked me, and I was like, oh, because I don't know like celebrities. Like I know who Kylie Jenner is.
Oh,
I had to buy one of the sisters. They have a fucking makeup kit that I had to buy for my ex-girlfriend for some
hey,
reason. Yeah. What a
I
great
got,
investment that was. It's either Kylie or the other one. I don't know her
yeah,
name.
but no, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't like I know who they are, but I don't like pay attention to their life. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I know some of Kim's exes because they were all like players I watched, but
Yeah.
if I can or
Good.
listened to. But yeah, I knew you first from boxing because I saw your training videos that got circulated around on social media. I
Okay.
just figured, and then I went to your profile and I saw that you had all those followers. I just figured you were a really good amateur that just turned pro.
Got you.
But yeah, when I do like when I watch your clips and stuff, yeah, like you definitely do. You focus on technique too. I feel like you already kind of know, like, yeah, it'd be cool to knock this person out, but you don't really look for it. I feel like.
No, right now, you know, because like this last camp, you know, I added Vicente Escobedo, you know, former Golden Boy Olympian, you know, with Joe Casamayor. We worked on a lot of the fundamentals and technique.
I fucking
Uh,
love Joel Casamayor, by the way.
yeah, been with me 3 fights, you know, and we won. You know, we're winning, and you know, I love him. Good heart, good dude. Always has my back. But you know, I just think, yeah, for me, I don't really look for the knockout. You know, if it comes, it comes. Right now, it's just, you know, I feel like I counter a lot. You know, I like using my reach. I like moving around. You know, and that's it. You know, the game is chess, not checkers. So, you know, yeah, I mean, just want to like for me when I'm in the ring, I don't look for the knockout. I just want to keep moving and then just keep, you know, it's on points. That's kind of what how I see it.
How is the conditioning for it coming? Because my legs just used to get shot for like the first, I guess, 6 months of competition I was doing.
Yeah. Well, training camps, you know, I think ever since the level of competition has increased. So these last 2 camps, I added a strength coach. So we're doing strength and conditioning in the mornings. And then at night is when we're doing our boxing training. So that's what it consisted of Monday through Friday, um, like that. And then when it got closer to the fight, we were doing Monday through Saturday, twice a day. And then, yeah, we've been doing a lot of stuff. I've been running, band work. I got introduced to a lot of things. And I knew when going more up and I wanted to improve, I had to add a strength and conditioning coach. That was something I was missing.
Right. Do you feel like the workouts, like I'm sure they're still challenging, but do you feel like now they're easier though? They're easier for you to complete, whereas before you, because
Oh yeah,
it took me a
yeah.
while, dude, to get
No,
to
for
that
sure, bro.
level.
I got tired in like one round of sparring. Now we're doing 8, and then now we're doing 6 to 8 on the mitts. We're before it was really hard. It was a lot of work. I've came a long way to not finishing a round of sparring to now sparring all these top level guys and and hanging in there with them. Or at least taking a beating from them. Because
Yeah.
I'm do that. They quit, and for me, I haven't quit. And I don't see myself quitting. So.
What? So that's interesting. You don't have to like drop names or anything unless like you're cool with it. But did you face? I don't know. I don't think it was like a fucking Disney movie. Like we don't want him here. But like, did you face any type of like pushback from the professional fighters that were in the gym when you were wanting to train there?
In my hometown, yes. But when I moved to Vegas and I saw all these high caliber fighters, they saw my work ethic. Then they saw who I was. And I'm a good person. I'm a good heart. I go based off energy. I just think if they see you're working hard and then you're asking them, you want to keep learning. Who wouldn't want to be around that? Who wouldn't want to help that? But I've received a lot of backlash. Just from pros that haven't even made it. In my hometown. I've been kicked out of gyms just because they didn't like me or they felt a type of way, because of their ego.
Where's your hometown, by the way?
Sacramento, California.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't name a single gym up there except Alpha Male.
Yeah, exactly. So my last camp, I did my strength and conditioning at Team Alpha Male with your eyes.
Yeah.
That it was hard. It was really hard, but I'm glad I came back home for this camp because I missed my family and I wanted to be back here. So yeah, I was doing Team Alpha Male and then we were training at a boxing gym here in Sacramento.
Yeah.
But again, I plan on going back to Vegas. I plan on working with Bob and Joey. I think that's the best and smartest move for me.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, pass everyone up and just to keep improving. So, um, yeah. So I think that's the next move for me.
Dude, and honestly, being around like the fighters I named earlier, plus some
Yeah,
others, like those guys like that, like Mario Barrios and shit, like those guys are gonna be extremely like accommodating for sure.
yeah. No, for sure. I think I got more love in Las Vegas than I did in my hometown when I joined this sport.
Yeah.
Literally, gym owners from all these fighters, everyone.
Vegas though, you have so many great gyms to go to, like Solace Academy, DLX, and Pound for Pound are all three like top 10 gyms in the world. For
Yeah.
sure. For
Well,
sure.
that's great. And I remember we were at City Athletic. That was a cool gym. I liked them. I was really cool with the owners. And then we did. I went to DLX once. That was cool. There were good people there too. And then now Pound for Pound. I think Pound for Pound is definitely the move.
Oh yeah. No, they're gonna be for sure. Bob and Joe have my full trust for sure.
Yeah,
But
and it's for me not even being in this sport years and years and years. Not having the platform like these other fighters have. For me to get accepted into that so soon is it's a blessing.
no, that's yeah, I'm totally cool also, by the way, to shit on Team Alpha Male whenever I boxed out of Alliance in San Diego,
Yeah.
which had a huge rivalry with Team Alpha Male because of
Yeah.
Uriah and Dom.
Hmm.
So I was boxing there when Dom fought Dillashaw, Faber, and Garbrandt back to back to back. So yeah, we hated
But
Team Alpha Male. Yeah,
man,
but
that's whole world.
yeah, that's how I met also Carlos, the owner of Adams. Me and him had the same boxing coach.
Oh,
Uh,
nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
RIP Coach Sergio. Yeah, but
Congrats.
no, that's really cool, and yeah, that's to dedicate yourself to a gym like that with a team like that. Yeah, it shows too that yeah, you're just to lose the weight you lost, just to have the wherewithal to take like I wouldn't say you're taking advantage of your position, I guess, in a social hierarchy, but you're definitely finding a way to make use of it in a way that seems to be more than positive for yourself. You're not out here like making fragrances for fucking tweens and shit, but you're doing something productive and constructive for your own self. You live
Yeah.
like you not to be cliche, but you're living your best life, dude.
Thanks,
And
brother.
um anybody who commits himself to boxing just looks at life differently though. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So I just think it's sick. Like I said, I don't care about the social influencer stuff. Like
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of that, I, like I said, I came from the military. I come from the stand-up comedy world. You see a lot of that bitterness in people who just can't seem to elevate to the next level. And
Yeah.
it comes from a place of entitlement too. Entitlement and insecurity when they think that somebody else can't have it. As long as it's legal and not hurting somebody outside of the nature of it, who care? Who cares? You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
There's a lot of insecure people in this world that will see someone that is up here and talk down to that. And then there's people like me that I'll see that I want to be like that, if not have more. And that's what separates me and a lot of other people.
But
Um,
it's they'll say you won't be able to do it when there's professional fighters. I don't have to say any names. If I say a professional fighter who is known to not work very hard, everybody probably has a different answer that comes to mind. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Why should they be able to have a right to keep fighting more than you if you're committing yourself to it? Like very significantly, like significant portions of your life are dedicated to the sport. You know what I'm saying?
exactly, exactly. And my goal isn't just this type of boxing. You know, obviously I have to start somewhere, right? And who wouldn't want to have a fight on Fight TV? You know, in front of a nice venue, in front of some people right away. You know, so my goal is not. My goal is to turn pro. My goal is to fight a professional athlete or a professional boxer. You know, right now we're just in my building stages, and that's what we're doing. You know, I'm doing everything in the right way to become a great fighter. So yeah, that's my goal. Not just to fight these YouTubers or influencers.
Right. No, that
Yeah.
in on your Instagram, you've been I guess manifesting an exhibition with the GOAT, Floyd. And I saw a quote in there. You said if Deji could fight him, what like why can't I basically? Like I'm better than Deji.
Yeah, no, I said that to Ellie because he came to my fight. You know, he drove an hour just to come to my fight. You know, I have a lot of respect for him and what he's done in the boxing world. You know, he's a great reporter. But yeah, I said it. You know, Deji could fight him. You know, why can't I fight Floyd? You know, and I'm better than Deji. So, and Deji hasn't even won a fight, I think, or has he won one fight?
I don't know.
No
You know,
disrespect, but you know, it's like I think,
no,
you
fuck
know,
him.
yeah, and then some, you know, for people to write about it, you know, that's cool. So I think it's gonna happen. Watch, it's gonna happen, and then we can come back on here and say, hey, we did it.
No, all right. Look, I'm not calling you out, but I'm assuming like I'm sure you would go into any fight to win, but I mean like
Yeah,
you know you're probably not going to beat Floyd. What are you trying to gain out of that?
just doing something and showing people you can do whatever you want in this world, you know, and I'm living proof of that. You know, a
But
lot of
not
people
to
say,
just get to the fight. Like you actually want to like is your bar to do better than everybody else or to get respect like from Floyd maybe?
I mean, just get respect in general, but it's like, you know, that fight happens, you know, obviously I would go in there and train my heart out to win and to fight, you know. And when that happens, it's going to be special. You know, not many people can say they shared a ring with him, you know, and regardless of the outcome, I think that's a win in life already.
Yeah. By the way, I don't know how I forgot to bring his gym up when I was talking about best gyms in Vegas.
Uh,
I apologize. But no, yeah, that I feel like that's just if you take it seriously, that's like a learning experience for sure. And
yeah,
Floyd's the type of guy like if he does see potential in you, he'd probably teach you some shit, you know, especially if word gets around. Like Floyd knows everybody. Floyd's got ears, especially if he thinks about fighting you. But yeah, no, it's okay to disrespect Deji, dude. That guy fucking sucks, bro. Like,
yeah.
you're sponsored, huh?
He does not take it seriously.
No,
No.
not at all. And the only reason he does it, people give you shit for going on a date with a hot chick. The only reason he's famous is because of his brother.
Yeah, that too. Yeah,
You know what I'm
literally
saying? Like, that's
won one
it.
box, if that.
I, and I don't even know who the fuck his brother is. I just know he's popular. I don't know why. What does he do? Is he a
Uh,
YouTuber?
yeah, his brother's the one with the Logan Paul's their Gatorade drink or their drink. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that, but I just don't know why he's
But I
popular.
was either like I don't really pay attention to them. I know they have a big fight promotion on the zone that they're offering, but the fights don't make sense either. So right now I'm just
No. Yeah, dude. There's one time it was just two like morbidly obese guys kind of punching each other. I
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
that's last card.
yeah, I was like, who are these people? And somebody told me, and I'm like, they're YouTubers. I'm like, but what do they do? Like, what do
Yeah,
they talk about? What is their subject matter? Like,
yeah,
you can't just tell me they're a YouTuber. This dude could talk about fucking like ants, bro.
yeah.
But yeah, they got that Prime shit. You're sponsored by Bang, right?
Yeah, so I mean that too. Yeah, I got sponsored by Bang 2 years ago, and like I remember like 3 years ago they always turned me down, and then I remember one time like when I got into boxing, I just I was like let me ask again. I got turned down I think 3 4 times, and then they're like hey like let's sign you to a 1 year deal. After that, then they're like oh let's sign you again. So that was a dream come true already too. I manifested that 3 4 years ago, wanting to always work with Bang, and that happened. So.
Have you met Jack at all?
No, no, I haven't met none of them. Or no, I haven't met him, but we talk in email sometimes, and yeah, they're all good people, and they saw the work I put in, and me becoming an athlete, and yeah, it's a blessing to be part of Bang.
Yeah,
So
dude. Banks for dudes who work hard and fuck. Primes for dudes who sit down to piss, dude. Like, all right.
yeah,
Let me
so
know if I need to edit that out. I don't want you to get dropped for me like your dream come true sponsor.
I'm not oh good. No, I feel like I want to because my one of my dreams too. I want to get sponsored by Gatorade. I think that's something I always wanted to be a part of too, and I know I have
Gatorade.
yeah Gatorade. So when that happens, that's gonna be a good feeling too.
Yeah, that would be sick. Gatorade or like Nike, just any of the like
Yeah,
any if they've ever sponsored Tiger Woods, you've made it, dude.
yeah,
That's the rule. If they sponsor Tiger Woods, you fucking made it.
yeah.
But so you when did you actually first start training boxing with the intentions of competing?
Uh, Probably like 16, 16 months ago. Because
Wait,
my uncle's a world champion too. I don't know if you knew that or shared that.
I haven't yet. No. Who's
He
your
Tony the Tiger Lopez.
okay. Hell yeah.
He fought Julio Cesar Chavez. He had Fight of the Year, 1988. Yeah, he did a lot of stuff. He had like 50 fights, 8 losses, one draw, I think, or one DQ. Yeah, yeah, he did a lot. So he trained me for, I would say, a year. Yeah, a year. Probably like 10 months. Yeah, we had one fight together. After that, he switched up on me, and now that relationship isn't there. And then from there, I immediately moved to Vegas, got with Joe Casamayor, and then I never looked back. So we now 3 fights with Joel. Then came home, worked with Vicente, added Vicente, and I think those are I've improved so much without Tony. Tony didn't really show me a lot of the fundamentals. He wanted me to get my head hurt, and take a beating, and that's not what it is anymore. So, yeah,
Kind of like you got to learn to get hit first.
no, I mean how Tony was teaching me was to, like if he's hitting you 10 times, you better hit him 11 times, and you don't move until he stops hitting you. That was kind of the teaching when
Oh.
he, and then I got Joel and Joel, and Vicente. It was more like circle around them. 1 2 1 2 1 2 3. And move your head. Why take a beating if you don't have to? Use your reach. So that was a big. And then the fundamentals. Tony never taught me the fundamentals. I'm barely getting introduced to that now, or probably a
Right.
few months ago. Yeah. So
Yeah, no, not to throw shade at your uncle. He definitely knows exponentially more than I ever will. But I mean, it's very dangerous for a fighter who has intentions of competing, you know.
yeah,
Um,
oh for sure. And
hey,
yeah,
and I love Joel Casamayor. Most people know how big of a fan I am of Cuban boxing in general,
yeah.
but he definitely taught you a lot more than just how to move. That dude's got some shifty shit, dude. He was a dope fighter, but he had some fucking sneaky tricks up his sleeve. He did like
No,
yeah,
he and to be working with a 4-time world champion, for me not being or not going the traditional route, having a good amateur career and having someone that been blessed in the sport or been born into the sport, to have that, not many people can say they're working with a world champion in the start of their career and
and
have
you know what else I think would makes him a great trainer for you as well? He trained a lot of UFC fighters because he was at Randy Couture's gym for a long time
yeah
as a trainer,
yeah
and you basically like no offense, most MMA fighters don't know how to box for a boxing fight.
Right.
So he was having to teach almost beginner level stuff. So he's got years of experience of teaching somebody at your level in this form of boxing anyway. So yeah, and he's just sick, dude. So
Yeah.
outside of your uncle, did you grow up watching boxing at all?
No, not. I mean, yeah, the occasional, family get-togethers for Floyd, Floyd's fights. But other than that, I mean, no, I didn't really watch boxing. I just got into it. The opportunity came up, and I figured, well, how do I go from there? Why not ask someone that was successful in the sport? So I asked Tony, and Tony was like, okay, and then Tony didn't really believe in me at first. I mean, who would believe someone right away? If you don't know anything, you don't know how they're going to react to getting hit. And you have to work hard in this. We have to train every single day, so, or, Monday through Friday at least. So, um, at first, and then Tony noticed my work ethic, and he helped me out a lot. We lost a lot of weight. And the goal was, like, everything I'm doing now it was supposed to be with Tony. I was just on ABC Sports, TMZ Sports, everything I'm doing right now Tony was supposed to be a part of that. And, it sucks he's not, but I'm really blessed that I got with Joel and got with Vicente and and Joey and Bob now. It's because I realized that too in the sport, it's very toxic. No one cares about you. They really don't. I mean, unless you're your family or you're up there, but it's a very toxic sport.
Yeah, yeah,
I've
it
learned
is.
it really is.
It
Yeah.
reminds me a lot of comedy because comedy is the same exact way. It's just cutthroat
Yeah.
and like everybody tells you to go fuck yourself. Like, have you ever had like when you meet somebody you don't even know them and they don't even know you? Like, usually it could be because like, oh, you're an influencer, but the guy just doesn't know you, and just right off the bat, his everything about him is just telling you to just like get fucked. And it's like,
Yeah. Literally, Jim's here. Like, I'm like, damn, you're mad because I'm fighting and I'm trying to learn and I'm at your gym paying you and you feel a type of way because you have insecurities that you never made it or you never did anything, it's like kid stuff,
yeah,
and I can't stand it, and that's why I feel like a lot of boxers, they don't really, they're so focused on talking about someone and hating on someone than they are their own career. So
oh yeah, you see
yeah.
it constantly, bro. I post and I go in a bunch of Facebook boxing
Mhm.
groups, like
Yeah.
as I should for what I'm doing.
Mhm.
Dude, the fans are way more toxic. I'm
Yeah.
telling you. Dude,
Everybody,
for
oh,
years, people have been saying Canelo's afraid of black fighters. Like, and then they take away every single fight he has. Everybody's saying there's just a bunch of shit on there. The Golovkin Canelo rivalry was insane. Right now, Spence and Crawford, like every day, there's something just ridiculous. I couldn't imagine being a fighter and just
yeah.
going online and just seeing, and I'm guilty of it because I post fight memes, like making fun of fighters. Like I had a meme go viral that showed Tank Davis dancing in the longest yard, like
That's funny.
like that, like the day he went to jail. So it's like I'm definitely guilty of this shit. But imagine being Tank logging on, and they're like, man, what the fuck, dude? Like,
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Because I think about it too. Like, say I have a kid and then they want to get in this sport, they got to deal with all this BS and all these people talking negative and everything, and you still got to get punched in the face. Like, it's a cruel sport. You got
yeah,
to have,
that's why they all act crazy, kind of.
yeah, you got to have a strong mentality to be in this sport.
Like you're fighting another individual who's trained on how to fight
Yeah.
in front of 1,000 people there,
Hmm.
not counting like the however many people watching behind a screen. And then like the next day you have to go on social media and just see all this shit that people
Yeah.
throw at you. Even if you win,
Oh yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's never enough. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like it's got to be just so much stress.
Yeah. Like, I've won 4 straight without Tony, and Tony still says I've gotten worse.
Really?
Yeah, and he now has some podcasts, and he had both my last two opponents on it, saying that how they were better boxers and like they were gonna beat me, and like he still said, yeah, he still talks shit, and like nothing I do is gonna, like, if it's because I left, because we're not working together, but in general too, like the public, I won four, people were saying, oh, you fought someone trash, or oh, you looked bad, you know what I mean? It's like I feel like you can never get, like, have everyone's approval.
Yeah, no, in anything, but especially in like an individual type endeavor,
Mhm.
which, yeah, you're definitely fortunate with a lot of people along the way. But at the end of the day, when the final truth teller comes out, which is the
Mhm.
fight, it's just you.
Exactly. It
You know
literally
what I'm
my
saying?
and Joel says that now, like, yeah, we'll help you get there, but at the end of the day, it's like it's you.
Oh yeah.
They're
And
outside in the corner.
like fighters receive most of the praise as they should,
Yeah.
but I also feel like a lot of praise gets taken away from the cornermen and the sparring partners and everything, which is natural. But then the
Yeah.
blame, like if we were, I was just talking about it with Joseph. When Adamas beat Williams, a lot of people thought the fight got stopped early, even though Adamas was definitely well on his way to winning, most likely. The fight kind of got stopped early. But it's like all of the shit that the fans say gets directed at Adamas. It doesn't get directed at the ref who stopped it. Very little of it does. Most of it is like, oh,
No.
that shouldn't count. Fucking everything. Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. Rolly had to deal with.
Yeah. I was at that fight too. Yeah.
I wanted
Great.
to go so
That was good.
bad.
That was
I don't
actually my first boxing fight, like at a
really.
Showtime. Yeah, it was my
Hell
first one.
yeah. Showtime does it best, dude. Showtime
Yeah.
does it best. They're way better than DAZN. They're way better than ESPN. They do it the best for sure. But yeah, dude, that whole week I did what's called Rolly Week, like Shark Week, where it's
Uh,
just I would post ridiculous like Rolly memes every day. Like
that's fine.
I think the night before I was like, make sure you leave out Plan B and Ciroc or Rolly won't bring you anything. Fucking just stupid
Yeah.
shit. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, shout out to Rolly. But yeah, dude, I couldn't even imagine the shit that you have to deal with. That sucks that your uncle kind of just became a dick.
Bro, literally, like he unfollowed me, like he did everything, bro. And like I respected him, bro. Like I still, if I saw like I saw him at a boxing event like last month and I was like, like shook his hand and he's still like you feel the energy and you feel how it's just weird. I'm like, dude, like, what are you mad at? You switched up on me and I'm still improving. You still said I suck and I still haven't gotten good. But I don't know. It sucks, but that's life. Joey will tell you that too. When I moved to Vegas, that stung, because I'm like, damn, like that shit hurt. But then I got introduced to all these people with Joel, and I'm like, all right, time to get it back together. And I've, my career has still gotten more up. No one's talking about my uncle no more. It just started being more about him when we were in the media and his businesses, not about me. And he was training me. So,
Yeah. Do you feel like you still hang on to a lot of that? I guess not resentment, but like, do you still have like? I'm sure you do. How old are you?
23.
Yeah, you're not old at all. But do you feel like a lot of your motivation comes from trying to prove him wrong?
Um, I wouldn't say trying to prove him wrong. I think, do I have a little resentment? I mean, I wouldn't say resentment. I just feel, I just like, damn, like, like everything I'm doing, he knew where we needed to go and where I need to go still. And
Because he did take it to a personal place, having
yeah,
those other
yeah,
guys on.
yeah, and like there's a lot more stuff to it. I see comments, I see him like, oh, he has no defense or he can't take a punch, and it's like, I mean, I don't have nothing against it, because I've improved. I'm doing so many things that I'm not doing that no one's doing. At the end of the day,
He
my
can't take a punch. I used to make him get hit 10 times in the head and he did
yeah,
it better. Like,
yeah,
what a
and look,
dick.
doing like everything I've been doing with Joel and Vicente, man. Like we're ABC's talking about us. We had Team Z talk about us. We had Fox 40, 2 days ago, and then like 3 weeks ago before the fight. Like we're making a lot of noise, and a lot of people are picking it up, and it's a blessing and a dream come true to show my work ethic is finally paying off.
Right.
So
And also, too, yeah, like, fuck what they say at the end of the day. It's like, what are the boxers saying? What
yeah.
are coaches saying about you?
Um, well, I mean, right, yeah, I mean that's what matters. And then and like for Bob Santos, say, hey, come to my gym, start working at my gym. Hey, we want to be around great fighters. Iron sharpens iron. That's why I posted that. Iron sharpens iron with him because he said that, and that's so true. You know what I mean? Like it's like damn, like he didn't have to tell me that. You know what I mean? Like hey, he didn't have to invite me to his gym. He didn't have to tell me. But for him to do that, that's like it's a blessing.
Yeah, he trains world champions.
Yeah, and
Like,
to working with him, like what the hell?
yeah, that's so sick though. So
Yeah.
like, so what about it? The sport was it that like pulled you in?
I don't know. I mean, it was just I always wanted to become that. I was a basketball player growing up. Like all my life, I was basketball, and obviously, the odds were very against me, and you can kind of tell when it's like, yeah, you're gonna have to change the career path. And then after the show, I didn't really know what to really do, and I was focusing on social media, doing stuff like that, and then working with brands. And then boxing just opened up, and then I tried it. I fell in love with the sport, and I kept coming back every day, and I just haven't stopped. And we've been getting fights, and we've fought 5 times already in under a year, like a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, a year and a month. So like what, 13 months we fought 5 times already.
Yeah. So when you
So
say you fell in love with it though, like that's what I'm asking, I guess. What about it made you fall in love with it?
I just think, you know, obviously I got in great shape. My mentality's gotten stronger. Everything has just been improving ever since I joined this sport, and I felt like I'm made for this sport just because of how everything is going. Because I've seen a lot of people that say they love this sport or whatever, then they stop showing up at the gym, months, or and then they don't take it serious. I see that a lot in the gyms, and you've probably seen that too. And I don't know, it just separates you. If you could dedicate your life to being a boxer, it's you see like that shows a lot on someone's character.
Oh, for sure.
And I don't know. I mean, I just fell in love with the sport and everything about it. And then for me to have my following and show my fans and supporters that that you could do anything in this world. I mean, and I don't know. I mean, I just kept going with it, and then these fights, they're paying pretty well. So I mean, why not just keep going, and why not keep showing people and proving everyone wrong?
Do you have any long-term goals in boxing outside of being a competitor?
Long term goals in boxing?
Yeah.
Uh, what do you mean by that? Like,
Like, would you ever consider being not necessarily a promoter, but like a promotional type figure for boxing to somehow have
um,
influence in the sport as somebody
yeah,
who is an influencer?
because after because I don't want to do this sport forever. Obviously, you can't do it forever. Everyone knows that in this sport. You know that. I think about like what I want to do. Yeah, it'd be still cool to be involved with boxing, whether that's, I wouldn't say a trainer, but just, yeah, with promotional sides of it. Being a more as an advisor, to people of like their mentality, what to do with their money, stuff like that. I think that's probably the route I would go in the sport after boxing. Um, and yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm gonna be in this for a long time.
Hell yeah. That's what's up, dude.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to do. I got this, I got a job, but then like I said, I'm going to Boise. I'm getting my degree in marketing because I just feel like boxers could be promoted so much better.
Exactly, exactly. And like that's what I think helps me a lot too, because I'm very marketable. I know that.
Oh yeah.
And if you're not marketing yourself, yeah, you could be the best fighter in the world, and I have respect for that. But if you can't sell a ticket, no promoter's gonna want to give you a lot of money. No promoter's gonna want you to fight on their card. You know what I mean? It's the sad truth about it in the world we live in. You have to have social media. You have to be marketable.
But I think companies don't see how dense the sport is. Like
Mhm.
the fan, like people think boxing's dead because outside of its bubble, it doesn't get a lot of energy. But
Yeah.
inside it's a big bubble.
No. Yeah.
It is a big bubble, and inside of that bubble, it's chaos. There's
Yeah.
so much. Look at how much attention fighters get just on social media. I just feel like companies are missing like a gold mine of, and they're just not marketing it correctly because
Yeah.
boxing's a very, like you said, it's a very special thing, and it
Oh
has
yeah.
a, the fighters and the fans both have a very particular type of character, and I just feel like companies are trying to, they throw the bare minimum at it, and I feel like the boxers and these companies could both benefit from it if it was done correctly, and I just feel like
Correct.
no one's doing it correctly, and I have a few ideas, but that's neither here nor there. I know you just had a fight last week, and you said you're looking to fight how many more times this year?
I'm gonna do one more time this year.
At least
Yeah.
one more time.
End of the
And
year. Yeah.
is there anybody like because you're popular, dude? You do have the ability to call people out, and it doesn't
Yeah.
even have to be talking shit. Is there
Yeah.
anybody like that you would want to fight this year?
This year. I mean, I don't really call people out. You know what I mean? But no, I don't have really anyone in mind. I mean, yeah, I want to fight Floyd. I think that's the fight I want. I wouldn't say next or whatever, but it would be cool to have a fight with him.
Would you
and share.
fight? Would you fight Deji? If
I mean, he's bigger. I mean, he's like what 190, 180.
I don't know, dude sucks.
The weight can be managed and met somewhere. Then yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't fight Deji right now. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. He's 180, 190. I'm dropping down to
Right.
one.
You're
Um,
dropping down to 140.
yeah, bro. I had two fights or I had them. I started at 205, then I fought at 160 a few times, then 147 twice already, and then I'm trying to go down to 140. So I'm doing everything backwards.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a crazy weight cut. But you're 23? Yeah. How tall are you?
5'11".
Damn, that's tall for 140.
Yeah. So I think, and the guys that I want to fight that are on the zone and stuff like that. Like, do you know that fighter Dean?
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
actually.
He's a good fighter. That's a big fight that I think will be a big fight just in general. And I think I could beat him. I know he's a good fighter, but that's
Yeah,
what I want.
he's
40.
another guy that I think actually takes it kind of seriously as well. I think he trains very hard.
Yeah, he's training with Scrappy's coach and that team out there in LA. I mean, he's cool. We've came across each other, but just recently comment like he's starting to feel animosity. Like he commented like a trash can on my recent post, and I'm like, dude, like let's run it at 140. So I think it'll be a good fight.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to be disrespectful, but I mean,
Yeah,
you're marketable. That's like even Ryan calls people out. Even Brandon Figueroa calls people out. They're, you know,
he's a good fighter.
yeah,
Yeah.
but you would fight him. You would fight him
Cool.
this year, Dean. You would fight Dean this year.
End of the year, if they could line it up, yeah. But if not, next year. Next year is where I want. Typically, we would want next year because we were already talking about it. Next year I would want that.
Hell yeah. Do you have anything else that you would want fans or followers to check out?
I mean, just nah, no. I mean, nothing too much. Yeah, I mean, we just fought. I mean, nothing too crazy. Just gonna go on vacation now.
Hell yeah. You got anywhere in particular you're going?
Yeah, I'm actually going to Texas for the first time. Check
For
it out.
what?
Yeah,
Just
well, my boy Aztec's out there, so I never been out there, and it'd be cool to check it out. So I was like, hey, go
Texas
out
is
there.
kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. It actually is pretty cool. I don't know about Austin. Austin, I heard, is like basically just LA with cowboy boots, but I don't know. I live in Boise. It's the same fucking thing.
Yeah, no, I've never been. I've never been to like Texas at all, or just in general. Like I fly a good amount of times throughout the year, but like not Texas. So
Hell yeah. Do
yeah.
you got any sponsorships or ambassadorships that you want to shout out? Like any codes you want
Uh,
to plug?
no, there's no codes right now. I mean, no, I mean we're good right now. So yeah, I
Hell yeah.
appreciate it.
All right, guys. He's Albert Ochoa. Like I said, if you don't know him already, I hope you do now. He is an influencer, but who dedicates himself very seriously to the sport of boxing. I mean, he's called out names like Floyd and Dean, and he trains with great people. Former champion Joel Casamayor, uh, trainer of champions Bob and Jay Santos, uh, out in Vegas and everything. Doesn't have a fight date coming up, but if you're one of his 250,000 followers, you'll definitely see one soon. Follow him on Instagram at Albert Ochoa 05. Do you have a Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, anything like that, dude?
Yeah, they're all the same actually. TikTok,
All this.
Twitter. Yeah.
Okay, cool, sick. So all Albert Ochoa 05. Same one on the bottom of the screen as you can see. Thank you so much for joining me for this interview, man. It's been cool.
Yeah, brother, it was cool. It was cool talking to you. Thank you.
All right, man. Enjoy your vacation.
All right, peace.